December is over. Okay, just a little secret, it's still December while I'm filming this, but when you see my face, when you see this face, it's gonna be January 2nd, 2017. And I know people are like, oh my gosh, I am so ready for 2016 to be over. I am so excited for 2017. I am not excited for 2017. In fact, 2017 scares me more than 2016. So, what exactly did the Electoral College vote on December 19th again? Did we ever find out those results? Who knows? So, in this video, to welcome the monstrosity that may be 2017, I at least want to make a video talking about my goals for this upcoming year and kind of, well, for the rest of my life. So, let's go. So, I would like to be eating better, and I am one of those people that grew up on processed foods, you know, the Chef Boyardee cans, the spaghetti, man, those were amazing, okay, but had mac and cheese and, you know, anything else that you can think of. I lived on microwave dinners and top ramen and, you know, cup noodles and, you know, what have you. Which, you know, it's all fine every once in a while, but I am so over having it all of the time. And I've actually been better at not having it all the time. I've been much better at making my own food, like fresh food, you know, lots of vegetables and all of that. I think actually since becoming vegan or trying to, you know, get into that whole shebang, I've been, you know, just much better, and I have been eating more vegetables. In fact, I've been pretty much eating primarily those because I've been watching a lot of Kate Flowers and the Raw Boy, and while I have no intentions on becoming 100% raw vegan anytime soon because I love coffee, you can say whatever you want, I want my coffee, okay? I am whatever. But you know, I want more fruits, I want more vegetables and all that in my body. I need that because, oh, my eating was horrible in the summer, which caused me to gain a lot of weight, which is actually what is going to put me into this next one, which is, I gotta learn how to like myself, and I don't mean like me as a person. Like, I like to think I am a good person. Sometimes I am a jackass, and sometimes I am mean. When people are mean to me, usually, or when they're just completely, I can't think of a word right now, but out of line, let's put it that way, when they're just completely out of line, and, you know, I'm like, but I like to think of myself as a good person, you know, I'm nice to people, I try to help people out, so that's not what I'm trying to focus on. I'm trying to focus on liking myself, like the way I look. Like the way I see myself in this mirror behind me, or behind the camera and in this viewfinder. I've been meaning to make a video about this, but it's like 2 videos that I've been meaning to make. One about this particular topic, and the whole child abuse thing, which is the 2 topics that I want to talk about so badly, but I don't know how to put it out there in words, to the point where I feel comfortable, and I don't know. Anyways, so I've grown up since I was possibly like 12 years old with very disordered eating and all of that. My body, to me, it looks a lot different than it actually looks on camera. Like, I know, you don't know what I look like under the clothes. Only very few people know what I look like under the clothes. And even then, like, I know that according to society, I am like one of the ideal types, you know, like blah blah blah, society is a butthole. But here's the way that, you know, eating disorders and all that stuff works. The brain just doesn't care. There's all that, you know, just, what's that word I'm looking for? Dysphoria that's happening, you know, on there. So I've been trying for so long. I'm like, enough is enough. I hate this because it's really taking a toll on my mental health. I'm gonna cry talking about this, but it's really, you know, been making me hate myself, and I'm constantly like scared of, you know, what goes on my plate and what goes on my body and all that blah blah blah. Which, you know, I'm talking about trying to eat healthier. So hopefully that doesn't lead to like orthorexia or anything, but so I'm trying to like learn how to like myself, and while I try to treat the inside of my body, you know, well with, you know, good foods, healthy foods, I'm also, you know, trying to like not beat myself up if I don't look perfect. And, you know, if I don't look like the fitness people that you see on Instagram or on YouTube who have these, you know, nicely defined muscles and no body fat with blah blah. So that's a journey that I know it's gonna take a while, but I have my fingers crossed. Which brings me to the exercise one thing, because I know that one, exercise is healthy, and if I want to achieve the results that I want, then I should exercise. However, I also know that when I was exercising in the past, if it didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to, I would punish myself for it later, which is a bad thing. So I always thought, is it safe to do this while I'm thinking like this? And I had a friend of mine, Matt Maxley, told me, you don't want to be doing that if you're thinking like this. You need to fix your mental state first before you do any of that. Otherwise, it's just gonna go in a downward spiral. So those 3 things that I just mentioned are kind of like one big goal right in the palm of my hand. I was considering buying or getting a new membership again at the gym that I went to, because they're doing that $100 payment for the entire year and nothing else, just that, which is a great deal because it's at Planet Fitness. So even, I mean, you would still be doing like annual fees and all of that, but this is just $100 and it was great. However, I travel too much to take complete and good use out of that. So when I'm here for a couple of months, that takes away what I've already paid for. Like last year, this year, it just didn't work out too well because I was gone for like half the time that I had that membership anyway. So that's why we have Millionaire Hoy, because he is great. He is a great exercise personal trainer, YouTuber who has started to caption his videos as well. So I've been trying to, go back to him and gosh, what is her name? Kiara Lachey. She's a dancer and a personal trainer, so that's also fun. I don't know, I don't really like the gym. I like the gym for the strength machines, which is also what I need because I want to be stronger, but the cardio bores me. Like, I can't just stay on a treadmill forever with a bike, and I don't want to watch the TVs up there because it's always the news, and the news is going to make me angry for the next 4 years. So, not the best idea. Let's go back to happier things, right? Getting better at ASL, which has been, a process for the past year and a half. People have said that my signing is improving, which is great in my videos. I've always said this. People keep asking me to do more ASL videos. They will come on YouTube when I know when I'm going to sign, when I translate them right, and when I feel comfortable, because English is what I'm used to. But the better I get at the language, the more videos that come out. However, when I send videos to iMedia, which is on Facebook, and I have the link below, I usually send 2 videos per month, and I try to make 1 at least in sign language. So go over there, and when you see videos of me, it's probably going to be in sign language. So that's great because I just, I like languages. I want to be better at my languages. And I would like to branch out business-wise because I don't want to be doing just YouTube. That is a bad idea. I do have my other job, my job at DTV News, which is, the all American Sign Language voiceover closed captioning news station, which is great. As far as this stuff goes, this YouTube stuff goes, I don't want it to just be on the camera. I don't really mind if it's all on camera, but I don't want it to just be on YouTube. I would like to collaborate with other companies, with other people, which brings me to this. I would love more public speaking jobs because I've started to become a public speaker. I've had a few gigs, but not as much as I would like. I've had Buffer Festival, Big Con. I've had 2 schools actually, 1 local and then 1 in Pennsylvania. And I've been putting in, emails and stuff and haven't gotten too much back with just those 2 schools. But I'm hoping that, we will get somewhere. So I'm working on that. But I've also considered doing, the writing part. Like, instead of just writing the news, I also wanted to, write here. I used to have a blog on Blogspot that was, about deaf awareness, so I'd be writing on that. Quit that because Blogspot and I just aren't friends. And I have been thinking for months. I've asked this question a bunch of times on social media. I still haven't come up with an answer, but I didn't know if I wanted to do my articles on my website now. That's for my folk speaking and what have you. Or do it on Medium, but I hate Medium. I hate the way Medium looks. So part of me was like, maybe I should just have a completely separate website with the names I have already thought of for a while. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but how would I go about that? That's expensive. That may cost, another $100 or so for hosting and what have you. And I feel like I have so many ideas in my head and I never know how to put it down on paper, or am I scared that it's not going to work out because money is involved and I can't afford everything. Like, I don't make that much from even if you take all my jobs and put them together, put all my paychecks together, I don't make that much money. I don't make a lot of money. So if it fails, there's money down the drain and then I get scared. So do I take the risk or do I just like sit here and I don't know. Difficult. And another goal which is coming soon would be to have 50,000 subscribers. That was my goal by the end of 2016, and it didn't happen. But I really don't think it's gonna happen. By the time I'm filming this on December 29th, it's not gonna happen. But I'm almost at 42,000, which is pretty awesome. So I'm almost there. And then after that, I would ideally like 100,000, but you know, we keep our fingers crossed. But apparently 50,000 is that magic number to get, you know, more opportunities to come in, so those are my main goals. It's a little bit of everything, you know, half personal, half work, a happy medium. If you have any goals for the year and for the rest of your life, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you want to follow me on all of my social media, links to that will be down below. If you want to help support my content on Patreon, a link to that will be down below. You get perks and stuff, you know, letters, all kinds of fun stuff. Or if you just want to leave a little tip, you can do so on coffee. Link to that will be down below. It's a little tip jar and it's nice, and you know, coffee comes with it, and I love coffee. It's great. I'm just saying. I upload every Monday and Thursday unless otherwise stated, and I will see you later. Bye.